hide and go seek. I'm Jonathan Coachman. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, running back Carlos Hyde, fresh off a strong performance a week ago, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Green Bay Packers. With that, let's get up to Green Bay, Wisconsin. Standing by for the call from venerable Lambeau Field, here are Brandon Godden.
It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford is a big-armed guy who's learned how to temper some of his throws. Actually has added a lot more touch and accuracy as his career has gone along. Big-time confidence in his arm, though. Any throw you want, he can make it.
Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Bradley Roby there defensively. The starters now on offense. And Stephon Diggs, our first chance to see him today.
Brandon, remember we had this conversation about how highly recruited he was in high school. Didn't quite live up to it in college due to some injuries. But boy, has he hit the NFL like a bomb. Stephon Diggs, a crafty, mature route runner who can go the distance.
Here's a guy on his 4th franchise in 2 years, Carlos Hyde. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. Time to run through the starters on the defensive side for Chicago. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
And he's able to find Diggs. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Throwing a Stafford. It's complete to Diggs. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 down at the 31. From the pistol, they'll run with Hyde. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. The numbers on the ground for Hyde last week. 16 carries, 94 yards.
And as we discovered in talking with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game.
On 2nd down, Hyde. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Excellent effort defensively by him. 2 tackles for a loss last week, now 1 here in the first quarter.
He's an absolute disruptor, isn't he? And I think most offenses would love to go against guys who just want to hold the point of attack and try and keep things clean for their linebackers. But when they make those moves and they can get upfield, past the offensive line into the backfield, that's hard to handle.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did. Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Stafford. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. Throwing on third down, Stafford looking for the end zone. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Allen Hurns, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the fourth quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. So that one, a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. Leading them out, their 6-year quarterback. Hailing from Fresno State, that's Derek Carr.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game, yeah.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week. 2
touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
Now a run with McCaffrey, and they're able to get this one across the 35. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go, D.
Carr going to throw. Going to look deep for Jeffrey. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. And now a look at the offense for Chicago.
And this offensive line, they're going to have to be a lot better than they were right there. We certainly won't measure them just by one play, but they definitely got a big challenge ahead of them in this one, because this defense, they love to run blitz, and they clog up the running lanes.
Carr completes it. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33.
Check. Crunch.
They'll run with McCaffrey. And an alley to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards into Chicago first down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now a play fake here on first down. And open is Jeffrey. Touchdown, Chicago. Alshon Jeffrey, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. That's one of those long drives where not only do you score, but you really tire out the defense too.
That's a great point, because now they've been on the field for a long time. Them going to the bench, trying to make adjustments, trying to figure things out, but they'll do so fatigued.
Extra point from McManus is good, and we are tied at 7. That time a 6-play drive, and the end result is a Bears touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play, because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. The Packers on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Stafford. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt sails over the sideline, and the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in at a 5 or a 6 seed, because we've seen those teams actually get to the Super Bowl and occasionally win it.
Yeah, you think of the Giants a couple of times. Steelers have done it. You're right. It has happened and will happen more in the future, I'm sure. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On 2nd and 9. Stafford.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. On now is the Packers punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. This is caught inside the 15. A huge play there for Chicago. 58 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Carr now on 1st down. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 14-7. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now we move our focus to Stephon Diggs. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
180. Right. Hatch it.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford, he's got the connection to Cole Beasley. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Stafford now to throw. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10, Stafford again. This is caught by Hearns. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 43. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Now Stafford. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, and it's the Texans who are out in front. The Texans looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Next, we'll take the trip north to the Steel City to check on the Steelers at home in Pittsburgh, and they have the lead in that one over the visiting Buffalo Bills. Drew Brees has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And that one all even in their matchup with the visiting Dolphins. In our game has been the play of Derek Carr that's led the way. His guys have the lead at Lambeau as we send you back up to Green Bay and rejoin Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Carr now on first down. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 14 yards in a Chicago first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 7 yards there and a first down. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On second down, McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now they'll throw with Carr. This is caught. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Carr now on 3rd and goal. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open. Left him nowhere to go with the football. Had to absorb the sack.
Now McManus will line up for the field goal. This just a 24-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
It's our time. It's our time.
Here's Hyde. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Stafford. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Hyde. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
They'll run for it. Hyde. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. On 1st and 10, Stafford. He dumps it to Hyde. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Stafford. Then he finds Beasley, complete. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And back to the ground. Hyde. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, Stafford. And this one caught by Beasley. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 8 yards in the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. And that's caught by Beasley. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's in a... They'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things, under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. The sack comes from Anthony Hitchens.
Well, surprise, surprise. 1st and goal at the 1. No quarterback sneak. No running play. They decided to throw for it, but the pressure got to him quickly and put the quarterback down.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
I'm here all day. Check, check. Fresno.
Now a run with Hyde. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
That's it, baby.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd and goal now in a 1-score game. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Anthony Miller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So that one, a 13-play drive in total. And the result, a Green Bay score. (17-17) the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Carr gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for 1 more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big 1st down.
So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought a certain call had been made. Now they have to flip back and start over.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Stafford now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now it's Stafford. He's going to look deep down the field. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Now Stafford. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
3rd down, Carlos Hyde. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And his kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year, but he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
Let's see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. 12 yards there and a first down. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Green Bay, the win is number 9 for them on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Chicago, the loss might knock them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. We are moments away from what should be an excellent matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Los Angeles Chargers. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godwin and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us about 20 miles south of downtown L.A. at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and our home team. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And, Charles, you look back to last year's draft class for quarterbacks. We had a good crop. Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, the two Joshes, Allen and Rosen, Lamar Jackson, all just in the first round. So here we get two second-year quarterbacks set to face off. How have things changed?
Well, for these young guys, that first year, typically learning experience, team's not very good. They just want to see you handle some situations. But everyone expects a jump in year two. And with that, they expect the fortunes of the team to jump as well.
It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
Let's take a look here at the offense for Minnesota.
A special player on the offensive line is right tackle Lane Johnson, a two-time Pro Bowler, one-time All-Pro. And pass rushers come from everywhere now in the NFL, and he holds them in check on his side and loves to finish off guys in the running game.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Well, look now at our starting defense. They enter this one down in the 26th position in the NFL against the run.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far from the bottom. But let's face it, they want to move up. In order to do that, they've got to look at each other and make sure everyone's taking care of their assignments in order to play the run better.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Put up. Set up. Check.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
Here we go.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Buda Baker. On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Josh Jacobs, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
Extra point good by Gostkowski. And that makes the score 7-0. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So here come the Chargers as they get set for their first drive. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. I thought the defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. With that, let's check out how the Chargers line up on offense.
And coming off the season, which saw him set career highs across the board, is tight end Zach Ertz, who's been around for a little while, but continues to improve in every facet. In fact, last year, he set the record for catches in a season by a tight end with 116, and he thinks that he can match that number or surpass it this season.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Here we go. 50, plant. 56.
On the ground with a rookie from Iowa State, David Montgomery. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now a carry by the third-year man. This is Austin Eckler. He'll get this up to the 34, and a good lane opening up right away for him. It's a gain of 11 and a first down L.A. What a great surprise Austin Eckler has turned out to be. That's the kid that was undrafted out of Western State, signed with the Chargers in 2017, and then last season, 554 yards at 5.2 yards per carry, and then he was also effective catching the football. 39 receptions, over 400 yards there. A great compliment to Melvin Gordon. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. He completes it to Julio Jones. The numbers for Jones a week ago. 5 catches, 89 yards, and a touchdown.
And that put him over 1,000 yards for the season. And the benchmark for running backs, 1,000 yards. The same for receivers. When you have that kind of a year, you've had a monster one.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. And this is incomplete. He was looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver, but now it's 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll set up a throw. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Pierre Desir able to get a hand in and make that play.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
On to try the field goal now, Phil Dawson. From the left hash, this from 34. Dawson's kick is up and through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. The partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he got his vision to find the holes, and he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Jacobs now. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. On second down now, it's Jacobs, and he'll get nothing out of that one. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Go.
Off the play fake. Love. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. Back to the air on second down. Love. And he's got Edelman for the first time. That's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 23. The former seventh-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who can make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a third down. On 3rd and 2, Love. And Ingram hauls it in. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Ready?
Looking to throw. Love. He'll complete this to Ingram, his tight end. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. 2nd and 3. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse, but now it's 3rd and goal. This Charger defense continuing to hold the line. Now it's a 3rd and goal situation. Back to throw. Love. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And the 13-year man puts it through, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
We got this.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Now back to throw. And he connects with Ertz. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 35. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Baker Mayfield leading the way there as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Houston Texans. Kirk Cousins leading the way there as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. And finally, the next to last Monday night game of the year. Colts, Saints, from the Superdome. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. Well, still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's A.J. Cole now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Love, and that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Johnny Hecker now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. On the stop is Sharice Wright. 2nd and 5. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down. They'll look to throw here. Caught by Jones. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. This complete to Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage. Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They're going to look to throw. Slings this deep for McLaurin. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Right there on the coverage was the safety, Jesse Bates. On 2nd down, Montgomery looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Here's A.J. Cole now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this ball's going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On second down, it's Jacobs. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. The Vikings on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Love. Open man is Allison, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Looking to throw. Love. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
It's second down and 10.
On second down now, it's Jacobs. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Love. And it's complete. This is Brandon Bolden. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On first down, Jacobs. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. On third down, here comes Jacobs. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a two-score game. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45, and it'll be territory. They'll drop the throw. Jones has it. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. Clock now under 30 ticks and running. Back to throw here. Complete to Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that not just the week of